My apologies in advance. Apply where necessary because I am testing some stem tea. For those of you who know about stem tea, damn, that was powerful. Damn, they hit me fast. If that's what's happening. If hitting me is what's happening. Oh, it's going down. What you know about that? What you know about that? But for those who do, don't worry. I won't be on my... I don't think I'm going to be on my ass after this. I really just turned on the camera to show you guys how I extend the life of my candles. I've done candle reviews, only one of which I've posted, but I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a candle connoisseur. Like, I'm not that chick. Like, I don't think anyone would refer you to me as a candle specialist, but I got a few tips. Because low-key, I come up with the most creative stuff. And who knows, maybe somebody's already had the ideas that I have. But the motive of this video is to share how I extend the life of my candles. There are multiple situations, and there are mistakes to be made, which I have done, which I still do, but I go ahead and just risk it. It smells good, though. I just got that on the bed. See? I had this because these were dry. I thought these were dried out for the most part. So I put it on. I haven't even opened these. I showed you guys these before. And look, I stored it like this since I thought these were dry. I stored it upside down on here. But I guess sealing that top re-moistened them, and it dripped on here. And so now I have a big red ring on the spread that I hope will wash out. It smells good, so it smells not gonna be a problem. But anyway, yeah, I'll start with that and the warmer. In my wax warmer, I've showed you guys these. Put a tea candle in there, and it warms the wax in the top. Well, once all the wax melts and most of the scent seems to have dissipated, I'll refresh the scents by doing things like putting these used beads in with this wax. Because then when the whole wax tart gets old, you could just pick up the whole thing and throw it out and start all over with a fresh wax tart. Sometimes I will also potentially put oils in here. And I have all types of aromatic oils and diffusers. So those can be also added to the wax tarts once they are melted and diffusing aromas throughout the room. You can also put drops of aromatherapy oils in your wax melter, and you can extend it that way. I have gone as far as to spray... Now be careful when you're putting oils in those wax tarts, and only put a couple of drops, because my presumption is that oils are flammable, and in fact, that's the only way it would be safe to do it in a warmer rather than an actual candle, because I tried that too. And it worked, but sometimes if you get too much oil in one spot, the oil will actually burn. It's flammable. So only do so in a wax tart warmer if you do something like that. In addition to oils, I've gone as far as to put actual air freshener in this. I got that from my sister. I get a lot of crazy shit from my sister. I love her so much. I'll even spray different types of oil-based air fresheners into the wax tart so that it can release those aromas as well. I have even gone as far as to, if anybody come to me and be like, did you tell them they could do this? They gonna fuck around and these scents dispersed in their house gonna kill them because you're doing too much. This is meant for this, not for wax tarts. So I'm gonna deny that I suggested this. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say that this is what I do. This is what I do. But it works, girl. I'm not saying you should do it, too. I'm just sharing with you what I do in my neck of the woods. I'm saying all that. So that was all a disclaimer. In case this releases some shit in the air that you ain't got no business inhaling. But I also even have put scent boosters, laundry scent boosters, in wax tarts for dispersing aromas. I just have. Now, as far as the straight candles go, oh, look, I do so much crazy shit. I dupe everything. I dupe every damn thing. I should do a video on all the dupes I have for every damn thing. I have a dupe for everything. Hey, girl, hey. Picture my niece. Look at her in her uniform like her auntie. Yes, she is that gorgeous. Yes, she is. It's flavoring for beer. You know what? I'm gonna edit that out. Because I use that for us. I'm gonna edit that out. That's gonna stay a secret right there. me softly. I couldn't do that other drag. This is a dragging ass song too, but I couldn't do that other one. This one I can do. Don't take your love from me. Don't take you want to make your body move. Well, alright. So, as far as regular candles go, I have a plethora. I'm only going to show a couple of the tea candle holders I use. You can see that I use the tea candle in the tart warmer. I have this. You can tell I don't use it much anymore. And it has three spaces for 3 tea candles. Y'all see I have this purple one. Lavender, because I'm about that life. Not about the lavender life, but I am about the purple life. And the candles are nice, and I'm not a lavender person per se, but I'm not opposed to it. It smells good. I'd rather that than basil. And we all know how many people love the smell of basil. But again, I'd rather my house smell like basil than to be all stuffy and muggy and stuff. My tea candle lamp. I think this is so pretty. I wish I could find more excuses to use it. I tried to use it a couple of times while I'm shooting videos with the lights out, but you can't see it. I let a candle burn down. And if you get a good candle, there are whack-ass candles, and you can tell by the quality of the wicks. Now, when using tea candles, when using any candle, you cut the wick down to 1/4 of an inch because they make it a little extra long deliberately. But the instructions, a connoisseur knows that you should cut your wick before using your candle down to 1/4 of an inch if it's not that small already. Well, in cutting the wick, you can tell the quality of it one way or another. So once I cut the wick and let the thing burn down, when it gets down low enough to where puddle that's left is liquid, I take some tweezers and I'll pull that wick out, and I'll put another candle in the middle of that leftover liquid wax for it to solidify around and hold the candle in the middle. So I make sure it's a candle that's small enough to fit inside, like so. So you see, this is not the original candle that was in here. The original candle that was in here was white and filled this. Oh, I love these. They look like Tom Ford candles. Yes, this is my favorite. This one's my favorite. But y'all know that because I told you that a long time ago. So this one got down to the bottom. As you can see, there's still some white candle down there. I then blew the candle out, took the wick out, and then put this other candle in the middle. You got to take don't forget to take the paper off the bottom of that candle as well. And then I'll place it in there and leave the wax to solidify around this candle to hold it in place in the middle. And there are a number of reasons why you want to get a quality candle. And you want to keep in mind that with these quality candles, in terms of extending the life, you don't want to cut the wick. The reason why is because once you burn the candle and it burns down to a small puddle in the middle, you then have the ability to add wax tarts as needed, as you want to. So what I did was wait till this one burned down a little bit, as it has. And like I said, all this has solidified around it. Now here you'll see a layer of dark wax, and that's from this, because I've already done this a couple of times. I'm going to pop out a tart. Pop-Tarts. I guess that makes these Pop-Tarts. Pop out one. It smells good. Because it's a quality wick, it's going to continue to burn, and the flame is going to be entirely too big. This flame is entirely too large. But I'll put this here and stick it in there because the wax is off in the middle. And then I'll put it in such a way that the flame is leaning toward the new wax that I'm adding. Now, eventually, this wax will fall along the sides of this wick. And what you've, in essence, done is got you a whole new candle. It smells nice already. That's another reason why you want to go ahead and spend money on you some nice candles and or tarts, because y'all know that cheap wax has no kind of fragrance worth anything. So yeah, this is going to surround the rest of the new candle that I've placed in here. And before it's all said and done, it'll be like a whole new candle in here. Now what you don't want to do is let it burn till it gets low without removing the wick, because what will happen is it will get like this, and there's no help for you. So you can see these wax tarts, they're still good. They still have fragrance because it's burned down in the middle, and it it snuffed itself out. And the reason it snuffed itself out is because I waited too long to where I just had to blow the candle out. And after I tried to relight it the next day, it lit, but there was not enough length on that wick like there is for a good wick. Oh, let me show you this one. Well, there would be not enough length on the wick for And you can tell this is a good wick, and that I've already started extending the life of this particular candle by putting wax tarts in the side there. And the reason I can do that is because the wick is a quality wick, and it's thick and strong enough, and it has the endurance to hold up and still have a 1/4 of an inch sticking out of the top. Now this one, you'll see that I also burned it down. Again, you see this other color, indicating that I added wax tarts onto the top of that to extend the life of this candle. And in fact, the reason why I have not lit this one again, because I don't want to make this mistake where I blew it out, and the next time I lit it, it wasn't long enough. So these are long enough to burn the next time. But the next time I burn this, it's low enough to where the next time I burn this, I need to burn it down to where it's all liquid, and to remove those wicks and replace it with, so until I get a new candle that will fit in the middle of this, while this bottom part, it has liquid melted, then I won't light this again. I won't light this again until I have a candle like this red one to put in the middle, after I pulled out the old wick. And I think to use this, I think I'm just going to warm this. I'm going to warm the container and just break that out with a plastic knife. Yeah, so that's about the size of it. Again, you'll see here, I put a tea candle in here. So every time this gets low enough, I do the same thing on a much smaller version. When this gets low enough, you see I haven't cut the wick. So this was originally a black cherry tea candle. So when it got low enough to be all melted down there, I took it out and I put in a vanilla tea candle. I did not cut the wick because I'm going to be adding wax tarts to. And you have to be careful with these because these tea candles are so cheesy. They don't have the quality wicks that these do. So they're so cheesy that you can't assume that you have the length that it looks like you have. You have to pay attention to make sure it doesn't smother itself. But since it's just a tea candle and it's just in this thing, it's all good. I really like this thing. Who knew that I would use this thing this much? But I do. I do. And I do all kinds of shit with it. Sometimes I put it on a candle stand, fabricate a candle stand. Like this is actually earthenware, stoneware. A stoneware compote. It's so pretty. And then I put this candle plate on top of it. So it kind of moves around, which I don't like, but I don't know what else to do with this stuff because this is apparently a very expensive item. Ooh, people got to be careful. You can see the whole room. Let's see, how well can you see that mess? I guess it's not a mess, it's just mine. But anyway, that's how I extend the life of my candles. So you need to take into consideration how low you want to allow this to get before you know the next time you burn it is going to be the time I'm going to need to let it get to a point where it's all melted. Take those wicks out and put another candle in for the melted wax to hold it in place. And then when you go to burn the new setup, you can also add wax tarts to that for that wax to fall to the side and create a full new candle inside your holder. I love this color. It's like a seafoam green color. Oh, Sea Spray is the name of it. I like this color. I like this one too. This is the same brand. I like this one too, but because I like this one so much better, this time forward looking thing, I don't really pay attention to it. But y'all know I'm the container queen and the glass, and I am all about that glass glam. So I'm a glassaholic. As a glassaholic, I'm still looking for excuses not to throw this away. Exotic Woods. Oh, this was a really masculine scent. Just so you know, Mr. got these. I take that back. I'm not gonna tell you where he got them. If you want to know where these came from, let me know. I will then tell you. But I'm not gonna just promote them on my videos. Y'all know I'm aware of. Yeah, they're racist, but they have such a monopoly that it's a place where we gotta shop there. But I'll let you know if you're curious about these. This was a really masculine scent. Exotic Woods. That's a good name. I would name that Exotic Woods. And Sea Spray. Even though I can barely smell the Sea Spray because of this other scent that I put on top of it. My favorite. Both of these are masculine. Both of these are masculine. Absinthe and fig. And whiskey and tobacco. I would have never thought I loved this combination of whiskey and tobacco like that. You know, you hear there's some little girls who the little pipe smell or cigar smell, they love it. They love it. You know, and maybe it reminds them of their grandpa or their dad or whoever. So I get it. I get it. I get nostalgic triggers, aromatic nostalgic triggers. I get that. Because there's a smell. It wasn't necessarily good, but I remember a smell. The smell of the ice maker of my uncle and aunt's refrigerator. The automatic ice maker. And they were big shots, honey. If you had an ice maker on your refrigerator back then, I know it's secondary now, but back then, child, you was rich. It wasn't a good smell because the ice was being made with tap water, but that aroma is nostalgic for me. Honeysuckle, the smell of honeysuckle, the taste of mulberries, fresh pecans, callaloo. Not callaloo. Poke salad in my eggs, fried fish on Fridays with syrup and cornbread, hot water cornbread. What you know about that? Elementary school carbon. Do y'all remember when they used to print out our, like, all paperwork, mathematics, whatever, at the school when they printed it out? It was printed in this purple ink. And this purple ink had this smell that I loved. My mama's Pond's face cream. Remember Pond's? Does Pond's still make? Yeah, they do, because I think I had a nostalgic moment and I looked to see. Oh, shit. You got to be attentive, too, when you're extending the life of your candle. That little thing I stuck in there, it flipped over and smothered the flame. But we all good. Yeah, it flipped over and smothered the flame there. But we all good. We all good. So we've been having issues with the contractors. And Mr. has had to tell them, it's just been issue after issue. I'm still glad we got who we got, who we chose, the people we chose. But on top of all of the issues that we pointed out that were valid, even the owner was like, yeah. You know, he tried to do the little ass-kissing thing about, yeah, you're my favorite customer because, you know, other people don't bring this to our attention or whatever. He's just trying to keep his Yelp reviews good, 100%. But anyway, so on top of him walking through and showing them everything that he had to redo, we get this. Anyway, it's a fine. There's a $50 fine for inspection failure. What? Yeah, so, girl, they trying to get this last insurance check that Mr. has already called the bank and the insurance company, and it's been signed over to us for all the work that he has had, that Mr. has had to do that they were supposed to do. So it was signed all over to us, and they get a portion of that check. Where normally, you know, you would sign off and then they have the contractor's name on it as well. Well, they didn't put the contractor's name on it. We made sure that the contractor's name did not get put on this, for failure to complete. So when Mr. was showing them everything, then the owner said, okay, well, I'll come back and get, because he was like, Mr. was like, I don't want the same fuckboys. He didn't say that, I'm saying that. He's like, I don't want the same fuckboys that did the other job to come back and call themselves fixing them, because what is that like? You know, you go and tell somebody, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. When they come to fix it up, what else are they going to, you know, I don't trust them not to mess something up or to even fix it properly if they didn't do something that basic the first time. So he was like, no, either get some other people or, you know, I'll hire some people, whatever we need to do. I'm not even mad. But really. So they settled that. The owner, I have to admit, the owner is reputable in terms of owning something that you point out to him. And Mr., I don't know why anybody tries to, when Mr. complains, it's a valid complaint and it's not even personal. So if Mr. has a complaint about something, either have your ducks in a row or own this shit that he finna place in front of you, because ain't no way out of it, self included. He is a analytical, morally balanced, analytical human being, and you ain't gonna be able to finagle your way around to justify some bullshit if it's bullshit. If you got a reason for it, you know, just show them what it is. We good. But if not, don't sit there and try to justify your bullshit, because you're gonna dig it deeper and deeper and deeper, and it ain't gonna be no way to come out because you kept coming with bullshit. You know what I mean? Like the doctor. Yeah, so what I was trying to just show you was, I'll show you like that shit. So it was a $50 fine because they had some kind of thing overlapping on the siding. So he sent a picture of it to the contractors. Because now he sends it to the owner and copies the guy that was supposed to be the communications guy. The guy that didn't show up for any of the meetings he was supposed to show up for here. The guy that's supposed to be the go-to guy, you know, the communication guy. That Mr. just dealing with the owner. Because even now, after Mr. and the owner came to terms with, okay, what needs to be done next, the owner just said, I'll come and fix it or whatever. So then he gets a text from the guy that was the middleman saying, no, when can we come by so you can sign this completion form? Mr.'s like, sign a completion form for what? It ain't completed. And we know what's good. They just want to get they wanted to get that last check. Then on top of everything else, he saw something taped on the door. And he's like, what's that? So he looked and it was a $50 fine. So he sent this fine notice to them. Oh, he says, I'll check with such and such, the owner. Sorry if I'm being redundant. What days are good for me to come by? So Mr.'s like, come by for what? And he said, the final check that you received from the insurance. And Mr. said, when it clears at my bank, then I'll write you a check. Or you can wait until I receive the X amount of check that is being sent out to me from the insurance. And he said, maybe, let me know when it clears. Maybe include that money on our check and then keep the check from the insurance. We was going to do that anyway. That's why your name is not on it. I'm probably going to edit all the details out for the sake of time management. But needless to say, they looking for money that is not theirs. And stuff is still being found that is faulty. And it's not an overzealous customer situation. It's not that situation. We are not those people. But at the same time, don't sleep on us just because you feel like you can. Don't try it. Don't do it. I wonder what if I eat one of these things. Probably nothing. I don't know if you can see. Oh, see. There's a little lip there now. And so all the wax that was surrounding that wick is drizzling down there. So that means I can put another tart in here. You gotta have your game tight, girl. I don't like that soot. But yeah, so I put this tart. Oop, shit. That's what you don't want to happen. Oop. Ah, that's a mister. Okay. And I'm gonna light this back and finish watching this tart melt.